What's going on today, guys? Merry Christmas to everybody and hope you're having a happy holidays. Just real quick before I start this video, I'm off the Sacramento River. Fremont Weir is where it's at. It's a slough that goes off the Sacramento River about just before West Sac is where it goes through, and usually there's all kinds of river fishing here and stuff. Before I get into that video, real quick, I just want to go over a video I posted, just real quick, touch on it, and then that's it. Just mainly to educate everybody on salmon. Right after I hooked that salmon, I called Fish and Game right away. I released it. It was already dead, pretty much. It already had possibly spawned, but anyways, real quick, I called Fish and Game. I told them right away what was going on, and they thanked me, and they thought that that was really crazy. There's king salmon in that creek. It hasn't been their natural habitat in a very, very long time. That creek area right there is actually OHV Park. I grew up as a teenager right there, riding quads and stuff through that park. Ever since I can remember, it's never been a spawning ground or anything like that, so that's why I was surprised and everybody is surprised. There was some salmon in there. I originally thought it was just me and my son fishing out there, and I just originally thought they were some steelhead. So I was gonna try and hook one and see what the heck it was. Obviously just catch and release. I wasn't gonna take anything out of there because I would love for those fish to spawn in there. Quick on king salmon. King salmon are the same thing as Chinook salmon. Chinook salmon are the biggest salmon in the Atlantic. They are native, and that's why they are called king salmon, is another name for them, because they are the biggest salmon species in the Atlantic, and they are native to it. So that's why they call them king salmon. And somebody mentioned they should have report cards. If salmon ever open back up, they should have report cards. The reason they have report cards on steelhead and not Chinook salmon or king salmon is because they are 90% of the king salmon, guys, in the river today is 90% hatchery salmon. So that means there's about 10% native salmon. So they're all hatchery. So that strain of salmon that was up in the creek was lost. And who knows how many generations that hatchery was. They say the more generations, the worse they get, and they already start off way worse than the wild salmon. They don't breed right, they're not as smart, and they're just not near as fertile as the wild salmon. So possibly they cannot even know how to or even hatch their eggs. They get dumber and dumber and dumber as the generation goes on. And then one last thing about the salmon, guys. The salmon, once they come up to the fresh water, after they're feeding in the ocean, they come up to die. They're completely dead. Unlike the steelhead, they could do a few runs in their lives. But salmon, they have one run. Once they come up to the fresh water, their throats completely close, and all they're doing is striking. They're striking the other eggs because they're trying to get their competitors' eggs. They want their gene on their family to thrive. They don't want the other genes to thrive. They only want theirs to thrive. Remember, these things could have up to 1 million eggs. So they want just their family to thrive. That's why if you throw beads and stuff, they're hitting it like crazy. They're not eating, they're striking, they're attacking. They're trying to tear up their competitors' babies. They don't want them to last. They want their own babies to last. Just to clarify that, guys, and everything. So if you see a salmon in fresh water, it's sad. It's part of life. Living and dying is part of life. It's sad, but it is what it is. So that's, if you guys see salmon in the fresh water, just know that they only got just a little bit to live. Just a circle of life. They die. Even if their eggs don't hatch into babies, they're carbonating in the water and are decomposing into the water, and that's giving it nutrients and food for the other fish. So it's all good. So there's pretty much all hatchery salmon, and that's why we don't have a report card, but I think it's a great idea to start a report card for salmon. They could still track them and everything, but there's a roughly around 70% steelhead, wild steelhead still in the American and the rivers around here, Sac River. And that shows to you why there's still report cards for steelhead. So anyways, guys, I love salmon. I love fishing. It's the end of that. Let's just get back to fishing and yeah, get some bites. All right, guys, now let's talk about striper. Right now, striper are extremely hard to catch. If you get on some, you'll probably catch a bunch, but they're gonna be bunched up in areas right now. The main channel, which main rivers and main channel off the Delta, the San Joaquin, the Sacramento, and the McCulliam River. Those all are the main channels of river, and all those rivers are going to be muddy and blown out like crazy. We had a lot of rain in a short amount of time. So right now, your best bet to get on stripers is to get in the sloughs off the main channels. I heard Deepwater Channel in West Sac, Washington Lake, I heard is doing excellent right now. I don't know if you can get boats in there. I think it's kayak and bank fishing only. So I heard it's really hot in there, and that's just another clue, guys. Getting a couple bites. That's just another clue of these fish. They're extremely smart. I'm studying striper behavior right now, and that's what it's all about. Once you learn these fish behavior, you pretty much put anything in front of these fish and they're going to hit it. So you really got to find location, and location is always depends on the water condition and the time of year. So right now, obviously springtime, we're going to have stripers flooded all through the whole system. You can go anywhere, take your grandma, take your anybody anywhere, and you'll probably catch some stripers. Right now though, they're sectioned. They're in different locations, so you're gonna want to find anything. If you're using bait, that's great, because they're using their nose right now. Their vision isn't too great, so they're using all their other senses, but their nose is very heavy right now. So if you're throwing baits, really good. Live baits, excellent. If you're throwing lures, guys, make sure you might as well not even throw a lure if you're not putting any scent on it. Right now is the most crucial time to put scent on your lures. I love throwing the swim baits. This is one of my favorite. Those 4-inch Kitech swim baits with the jig head on there. Those work really good. The black worm I love too. That's another one, Texas style with a little bullet weight. Super good. Or jerk baits, guys. Jerk baits are a little tougher right now just because the water's a little messed up. And like I said, just kind of move locations and just kind of move around right now, and then make sure whatever you're throwing has got a lot of stink on it. Make sure that stinks real bad, so these fish could find it. All right, let's go fishing, guys. Get out of that. How much room? All right, if you guys are using night crawlers, very versatile bait. Pretty much any fish will bite on them. This is the way right here, how you want it. You want that hook hidden, completely hidden. You want that worm to go all the way up past where you tie the hook, so it looks just like that. So it looks really natural. Looks like we got a little slough. We're right here in the slough off of the Sacramento River. It's a Fremont Weir, it's called. And there's a lot of water gets in here. Oh, dang. Wow, something in there. And a lot of water gets in here, guys. From the weir off the Sacramento River. I just cast it and there's something big right there. There's a lot of carp in here. There's all kinds of anything from the Sacramento River is going to be in here. And these are really good areas when the water is really muddy in the main river. Right now I'm just gonna throw this buzz bait. I seen something jumping. What am I doing? I'm gonna go like that, like that. Seen something jumping and it's not too deep right here. So I'm just gonna put this buzz bait on here with a 4-inch Easy Shiner Kitech swim bait. And when you put these on, you just wanna make sure when you're doing it, putting it through right here, you want this thing to go straight as you can. And then go through the little notch right there. And then push that puppy through. I want to get it on there nice and tight. Just like that. There's your buzz bait. Hopefully I don't get this thing snagged up. A pretty good spot right here. You got the slough going right here, but you always want to look for those little bypasses that go off of the sloughs, because little fish are going to be hanging around there. And make sure you got the scent and also noise, guys, if you're throwing baits. Big old piece of steel right here. This thing's just making a bunch of noise. It's attracting the fish right now. Scent and noise is key. Just work that thing nice and easy. And there is some stuff on the top water. This stuff will catch on. You got to kind of pop the leaves off and stuff for it to start working again. Guys, every time I cast out, right in the middle where those shadows are right there, check it out. There's something big right here. Something real big. Could be a sturgeon, I don't know. Didn't jump that time. Damn. No. All right, I've been casting a few different baits out. Buzz bait, swim baits. Now I'm gonna try a little black magic here, Texas style. The black worm. See the bird right there? The bird is telltale signs. When you see birds, guys, they're feeding on the little bait fish. And most likely if you see birds in the area, there's gonna be big fish. I'm thinking about these guys are the snags. There's a lot of snags out here, and right now striper, they're under cover right now. They're going to be around structure, so any kind of wood, points, piles, anything like that, they're ambush predators. So they're just going to be waiting around for their meal just to come to them. Ooh. That was a biter, a little snag. I didn't get on video, but I was casting the buzz bait out and got a little hit. It ripped my Easy Shiner swim bait, ripped the tail off. So I know there's fish in here, but there's a lot of carp in here. A lot of people come here to catch carp. There's some massive carp in here. But like I said, there's all kinds of fish from the river in here. And these ones you kind of want to just finesse. You don't really want to reel them in, hog them in too fast. You just kind of finesse them. Let it hit that bottom. Just, you're working that bottom. Run it through the grass, whatever you got in there. And these fish, they'll come after it. Especially the striper. This right here is a striper killer, guys. These striper, they feed on the eel in the ocean, in the delta. They love the eel. Easy meal and super good. Come on. A bite right here. And regular bass, guys, are very territorial, so they generally they'll stay in the same area most of their lives. They say about every 3 years the bass population rejuvenates. They die off pretty much. A huge percentage after 3 years of the bass, they just die off. I don't know what it's about or if it's normal or what, but maybe they all died off in here. I was gonna show you on the drone where I'm at in the area and where it connects to the Sacramento River, the Fremont Weir, but I can't find the drone. I went up and flew it. I'll show you guys on the maps though. I went up and flew it and went up a little bit, and then it kept going crazy and I didn't know what was going on, and it said no fly zone. Too close to the airport. So I'm real close to the airport. I don't want to fly it. I got a little late start out here after work, so didn't really get anything. Got some bites, but I will be back around here. I want to go check. I think I might get my little e-bike and go all the way down this levee right here behind me, because this thing goes all the way almost to the Sacramento River. I think it does go all the Sacramento River, so I'm gonna find that out on the next video. Go check it out for you guys, and it might be a real hot spot near the end on the other side of this, but it's a pretty good spot. A lot of guys come here. I think mainly striper and catfish and carp are the main things around here. But like I said, all the fish in the Sacramento River are also in here. And remember, these fish, they are ambush predator fish. So they're gonna ambush anything. They're gonna be waiting around structure. Is a big thing right now. Fish around structure. If you can't locate structure, just look on the bank and trees hanging over, stuff like that. That's going to give you a idea of what is down in the water. But yeah, you could also just cast things out and see, kind of feel and see what's down there, see what you get hooked on, reel it in, see if there's grass, sticks, or whatever. That's another good way. But yeah, you're just gonna have to search around for the fish right now. They are catching them still, but they're gonna be in the sloughs and the shallows, in areas not in the main channel right now. All right, we'll see you guys soon. I'm gonna head to the Sassoon Slough here real soon. My buddy went there and they limited out. They did real good, so I'm gonna go around that area. And Montezuma Slough, Sassoon Slough, live bait, live minnows, is ticket right now. Bait, anything stinky, and shallow. They're in the shallow right now, guys. So guys, we'll catch you guys later. Peace. All right, I was almost back to the truck. I found this really cool little pond here, matted pretty good. Haven't seen anything jump, but I'm gonna give it a few casts with this worm. pretty matted, pretty thick. Try to get in that clearing. Holy smokes. Pretty much punching right here, guys, but my weight's not quite heavy enough, I think. Kind of just let that finesse a little bit, let it drop down. Yeah, I got it underneath now.